Hey, all stars! It's me, Miss Burns. I wanted to share a little bitty video just kind of talking about some of the new exciting things that are going on in 2016. It's a new year, a new semester, and a lot of times that makes us feel really good about being able to start over and kind of start fresh and just really get organized and that sort of thing. I don't know about you guys, but I've got my new 2016 calendar. You see that there? I also have a new planner and all those sorts of things. And I love New Year's resolutions, okay? And if you missed class today, we're so sad. We missed you because we talked a lot about the new year and some of our hopes and our dreams and that sort of thing, and expectations for this year, how we want to do things differently to make 2016 more fantastic than 2015. And so we really missed you if you weren't there. But it's late here, and let me see. It's 8:20, and I meant to make this video like way earlier, and between being in class all day and answering emails and making phone calls and things, I'm just not getting to it. So I'm sorry that this is coming to you guys a little bit late, but it's pretty late. And my little people are all around, and I kind of wanted to show them to you. You want to see my little people that live in my house? Maybe? I'm going to go get them, okay? Hold tight. All right, here are my little people that live here. This is, what's your name?
Ainsley.
And how old are you?
3.
3, Ainsley. And how old are you?
5.
And what's your name?
Sophie.
Sophie. And who's this?
Maggie.
Maggie. And Maggie is 16 months old. And then we also have another, I know. And we also have another baby who's coming, right?
Uh-huh.
And when? When is another baby coming?
March.
In March. So in just a few weeks, or a couple months, I guess. And what's her name?
Winnie.
So can you guys say hi to my students? My students?
Hi.
Just say hi.
Hi.
Nice to meet you. Anyway, I wanted you guys to see these little people because you don't know them. You don't see them, but they run around here all the time. Okay, so I'm going to go let their daddy put them to bed real quick. Okay, so that's just a little picture into the world of Miss Burns over here at nighttime, what I'm dealing with. So those are my people, and I wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about some resolutions. Like I said, we're big on resolutions in our house. We sit down and kind of talk about family resolutions and that sort of thing, but some of the resolutions that I have made for 2016 second semester with you guys is that I just want to be in communication with you guys, and I want to spend more time talking to you all about academic things. And I know I've talked to you guys about this before, but I spend I don't know, a lot of my time every day, well, in class. I'm teaching, which is what I love to do. I love being in class with you guys. But then a good portion of my day is also spent responding to K-mails. And a lot of times they're telling you guys things that probably have been told before, or you can find somewhere before. And so what I would really love to do is make it so that those questions are not taking up my time as much, and I can spend more time communicating with you guys on the things that you really need to know from me. So the way that I've got a couple of ways that that I'm doing that. So like I said, more communication from Miss Burns here. As you guys know, I already send out a weekly newsletter, and that tells you every week exactly the lessons you need to complete that week. It also tells you exactly the percentages you need to be at. It's really, really important that you read that, and that's going to cut down on a lot of the K-mails that I get and phone calls and confusion and things like that. If you look at that newsletter every Monday, just check out the newsletter. It tells you exactly where you need to be, how many hours you need of PE that week, and all of that kind of stuff. There's also spotlight students in there, which is really fun. You get to know some of your classmates, see their face, right? Because we don't see them. See a picture of them and that sort of thing. Another way that I'm hoping to have more communication, this is more for learning coaches, is on Wednesdays from 1 to 3, there will be an open office for me. I'll be there in online for parents and learning coaches to stop by if you have any questions about where your child is, or I don't know, anything about progress, anything you want to ask me and you want to really have that time, I'm setting aside that 2 hours every week. Come in, ask me questions so that we can address any concerns or anything like that. So one of my big things, like I said, is more communication, just talking to you guys more. Instead of, I don't know, spending time on things that maybe could be solved otherwise. And so that's what I really need from you on that, so that I can spend more time in small group sessions and tutoring and, really answering the questions that are pertinent and important. I need from you guys to read what I send you, right? Which is, again, that weekly newsletter, checking out the online website for our class, which has a lot of information and things like that too. So just making sure that you read what I do send will help cut down a lot on my communication being, taking too much time on things that I'm answering over and over and over again. Okay, so that's one thing. The next thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about are new pacing guides. New pacing guides, okay? New pacing guides will be sent out tonight, and they are to start next week. So the final week for the quarter is actually this week, which is kind of weird. I know it's like we come back from break and you still have 1 week of your 9 weeks. It's just the way the days fell. But so you have this week of your second quarter. Your end of the semester is on Friday. We'll pull progress on Friday, and grades, report cards, and that sort of thing will be calculated next week, and probably go home maybe or be mailed out probably next Friday. I'm guessing. I haven't got a final word on that, but that's what I would assume. That we'll probably have next week to kind of process and see where you are and send those out. So grades will be coming out next week. This is your final week to get caught up and all that sort of stuff. The next thing that I want to talk to you about is class. Guys, I went through over the break and made sure everybody had a class for all of their core subject areas. So you should be scheduled for at least 4 classes. Actually, I guess it's 6, because you've got 2 language arts, 2 math, and then your science and your history every week. So you should have 6, and I went through and checked that everybody has that. If for some reason I overlooked it or whatever, be sure to let us know. If you are missing, if you have less than 6 classes, you need to let us know. Okay, so we can make sure to get you into class. And make sure none of those are overlapping and that sort of thing. I tried to, again, double check on all of that. But big thing here, class is super important. Not only is it part of your grade, but it's really important that you're able to communicate with your peers, right? And we're trying to have fun, and we're trying to make sure that you are grasping the material, and it's not like it takes away from your week, okay? It's stuff that is able to help you on your work. And so and oftentimes, again, some of the confusion that I get or Miss Thornberry gets is because students aren't in class, so they didn't get directions on their work samples for math, or their work samples for English class, or an exit ticket or whatever. And watching the recording it's just not the same. It's just not the same. Okay? So we want you in class. We want you there. And so today I was going to say I was blown away in class today at the amount of people that were there right after break. You guys, really awesome. And then I have to brag, because there were a couple of classes today where every single person got on the mic. Every single person. Isn't that amazing? Every single person had the courage to jump on that mic and say something small. And I just want to, again, encourage you guys to use your microphones, because it's going to make our class discussions so much more meaningful if you're able to really collaborate. And it's hard to do that with a chat box. It just takes more time, and you don't really get to know somebody, I feel like, in a lot of ways if they're just typing, which is sometimes what's so difficult about what we do here, right? Okay, so drum roll. The big new announcement, and this is kind of a competition here, okay? For the next quarter, Okay, so for the first 9 weeks, Miss Thornberry and I are going to be keeping a record of our class attendance very closely. And the homeroom with the greatest attendance record, so percentage-wise, the amount of students in my homeroom versus Miss Thornberry's homeroom that attend classes, okay? So the fewest amount of absences for those two homerooms. That homeroom will win, and that teacher will get to pie the other teacher in the face. So that means if my homeroom wins, which we're going to, I mean, right? If my homeroom wins, then I will do a little video cast of myself getting to put a pie in the face of Miss Thornberry. And I know some of you would really love to see Miss Thornberry just covered with pie, right? And you can even pick out the pie, maybe chocolate, maybe, you know, just some Cool Whip, maybe some good old coconut. We can decide that later. But the important thing is we're holding a competition, and the class, the homeroom class that has the greatest attendance between now and the end of this third quarter here, that teacher will be able to pie the other teacher in the face, and I will record it for you guys to view. So, my homeroom, you really got to step it up. You gotta be there. Okay, can you do that? I think you can. All right. So, that's just kind of the things that I wanted you to know. Announcements, competitions, exciting things happening, and like I said, I'd love to hear from you guys. If you guys have, I know several of you are big YouTubers, so if you have some videos that you'd like to record, send them to me of, you know, different things of you guys talking about whatever you want, and maybe we'll feature it in the newsletter. Because I'd love to see y'all's faces and hear your voices more if that's something that you guys are doing regularly. Okay, well, that's it for me, folks. It is now 8:30, and a few of you I still need to respond to on K-Mail, and I'm also going to be sending this out and all your pacing guides. Super exciting stuff happening. So, have a wonderful evening. I look forward to seeing you guys in class tomorrow. And again, Miss Burns, homeroom, you really have to be to class all the time, okay? All the time. We're going to win this. Absolutely. All right. I'll see you guys in class.